Hey ladies and gentlemen, Richard Core Kenobi here, and I'm back again for another Nostalgia Critic reaction, and today we are reacting to Freddy vs. Jason. Now, before I start this reaction, I should note that this Sunday I will be at Alamo City Comic Con here in San Antonio, Texas, with all of the famous celebrities you can imagine. So if you happen to stop by San Antonio, or if you live here and you will be coming to Alamo City Comic Con and you're subscribed to my channel, then please stop by and say hi. I will be there for no more than 4 hours because that's usually all I can take from Comic-Con. So yes, and I will be getting my photo op this year with Peter Weller, aka RoboCop himself and Batman. So drop by and say hello. But with all that said, let's go ahead and talk about this. So yes, now this is his last Nostalgia-ween video, so probably by the time you're seeing this, it's either Halloween already, or it's close to Halloween. But either way, happy early Halloween, guys, and I just want to let you all know that this is very special to me because I love Freddy vs. Jason, and it has a cult following. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. This was back when horror crossover films were still new, but they died very quickly as they came. But this one arguably set up crossover films to this day. So yes, I watch it every Halloween, and it is not a perfect film, but it's a good film to watch, and it's made for fans like me or people who were fans of these two icons in the 80s. So let's go ahead and see what Nostalgia Critic has to say about it. So, let's go ahead and watch this. Love the Gravity Falls opening. Cast.
Okie dokie. Dorothy versus Alice.
Oh dear. Well, I don't think we're in G rating anymore, Toto.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Jordy, I am your father.
Oh, so you're a black guy?
No. Where on earth would you get an idea like that?
Ash
Pikachu, I choose you.
versus Ash.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember, it's a you don't have. Versus battles are everywhere now. At least, in terms of talking about movies. Granted, there were certainly a few in the old days with monster films, but for years, even when audiences demanded a crossover, it almost never happened. But nowadays, producers are finally waking up and using their copyrights wiser. Well, for the most part.
Oh.
And getting versus battles we always wanted to see. Even if sometimes we wish we didn't see them.
Oh.
So this Nostalgia-ween, I'm trying to see if I can cash in on the next big fad. Oh, suck it up!
Pokemon Go, fuck yourself.
If you're wondering where a lot of this started in recent years, you can make the very real argument that it was possibly Freddy vs. Jason. Like many franchises, these started off from groundbreaking starts and deteriorated to ground-burying corpses. Or, in this case, the same thing. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street were horror classics of the 80s that were given so many sequels they became literally comical. I'm still shocked the poster for Jason Takes Manhattan doesn't look like this. They got so silly and crowd pandering that audiences demanded the ultimate crowd pandering. After that too. Christ, these movies. It was bringing them together. After years of begging, they finally made it happen. And who better to take charge of these two classic monsters than the director of Chucky's Comeback, with a question mark, and of course the warm-up Bad Last Airbender movie.
Oh, come on.
Let's wrap up Nostalgia-ween with one of the biggest horror crossovers ever. Good guess. Freddy vs. Jason. It opens with Freddy Krueger remembering the good old days of the bad old days.
The Springwood Slasher. That's what they called me. I remember remember also looking 20 years younger, but my memory's weird that way.
The parents burn him alive after the justice system lets him go, and he talks to the audience about what became of him.
When I was alive, I might have been a little naughty, but after they killed me, I became something much, much worse. Sequels. Weird Power Glove promoting sequels.
Oh my god.
Bunny brings up that somehow people have forgotten about him, and he can't exist if people aren't afraid.
Being dead wasn't a problem, but being fucked up, now that's a bitch. I've become Basic Instinct too. Yeah, that was the thing. You didn't even know that!
So he uses what's left of his power to bring Jason back to make people remember him, as we're given this pretty classic horror film setup.
Is that you?
Okay, now this is something I want introduced to the younger viewers in the audience. This is what they used to call a rated R film.
Yes.
I know you think the most extreme films go up to PG-13, but there was a day when movies went up to R. They were called the non-pussy years, which ironically had a lot more pussy. Once in a while there are films that dare to venture into that realm, but as long as Hollywood thinks 13 is the only demographic that exists, they all but whisper. This Elizabeth Banks prototype is of course attacked by the resurrected Jason, causing her to hide. Oh, thank God, I thought this tree was a person. I'm pretty dumb. But it turns out it's just a dream by Krueger, who looks like his mother, who convinces Jason to kill the kids on Elm Street.
The children have been very bad on Elm Street. Make them remember what fear tastes like!
But wait, shouldn't I be on a space station in the future?
Oh my
And should you be aware that you're a fictional character in a movie?
Quiet or I'll tell the guy who did The Last Witch Hunter to give you another reboot.
They're really doing that?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
We then cut to a house in 2003 where these characters are inside, playing Fuck, Marry, Kill with the Three Stooges. Clearly someone understands the female teenage mind here.
Which one had the super bad toupee here? This is stupid, y'all.
Oh, come on.
Is this what we're doing all night? Cause y'all, this is really stank.
Let me guess. She sounds like that throughout the entire movie?
Drop kick your ass. Frou-frou dogs that keeps humping this big old. Come on, get real. Let's go shake our ass for the dance floor.
And, who wrote this film again? You know, white people, can we just not white people today? It's exhausting sometimes. I need a break from us. Maybe some of this forced exposition will help balance things out.
No one's ever gonna live up to the fuzzy memory of your first love, Lori. You were fucking 14.
Yeah, I know we were young, but what Will and I had was real.
Didn't Mr. Real just drop kick your ass without so much as a goodbye handshake?
Christ, why don't you just pause it and show her stats like a video game character? It's much easier to take than the natural human dialogue.
I mean, Lori, you've barely gone out
Since what? Since my mom died?
Or since I realized that represents my broken family character arc. Did I randomly mention I majored in spraying gas barrels and lighting torches? I hope that in no way plays into anything. So while they all try to figure out which Nickelodeon TV movie they're dressed for,
Oh
two
my
of them take their sescapades upstairs, where Jason is waiting. Okay, I'll give this movie credit. Murder by bed sandwich is not something I see very often. Quick, let's go out in the rain where our clothes can get tighter. You kids need some assistance? The cops think it's more than a coincidence that a murder happened at this house on Elm Street, but they know even saying Krueger's name can give him more power.
It's gotta be Freddy Krueger. Hey, don't even say that son of a bitch's name out loud.
We just took care of our Beetlejuice, Voldemort, and Candyman problem. When will people learn names are bad? They question Laurie at the station while the boy hitting on her swears revenge on whoever killed his friend.
I'm gonna take him out myself, Trey. Swear to God.
Yeah.
But the deep-fried Sandman comes in to make things worse.
Okay, I'm all right.
Well, that was a natural thing to say.
Okay, I'm all right.
I just thought I'd calmly alert the audience of that. I'm okay. I'm all right. Freddy seems to catch the same talking to the crowd virus.
Not strong enough yet. Well, I will be soon enough. That effect did look pretty lame.
Oh, come on.
I think Link's pixelated shadow would have gotten a bigger scare than that.
Well, excuse me, princess.
But Jason finishes what he started as he cuts off his dad's head so smoothly that it hops off his neck when lightly touched. Christ, I think Barbie's plastic head is harder to take off. Oh, but I swear to God I was gonna take out the killer. Never mind. Talk of the murders reach a mental institution on the acronyms attempting to be clever news, where Laurie's old boyfriend Will, played by Jason Ritter, watches in horror.
Come on, turn it back on, man! I never asked for anything, just turn on the fucking TV, please!
Grunkle's dad is on another killing spree! It's okay, I got a ton of them in my Dipper joke book.
Oh.
Will and his friend break out of the institution, though, to warn Laurie and prove they're not crazy. In the most crazy way possible.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Oh,
Because that's when he comes for you. In your dreams. He came back. Back for revenge in our nightmares.
Hi, Mark, by the way. I'm a friend of Will's. Real sweet guy. You're gonna die! Will finally shows himself by peering on the other side of the hallway. Guess Mark was his opening act. But she passes out, resulting in her recovering in the nurse's office, where I guess friends can wait.
Dr. No!
That's some shitty CGI!
Oh my, come on.
Oh thank God, I just dreamed our effects were that bad. So Will and Mark go to see what they can figure out about Krueger, but it looks like all the information is not available. Or, actually it is, they just literally black it all out. That wouldn't cause any suspicion. Excuse me, I noticed everything in this history book about World War II was blacked out. Well, that's because it didn't happen. Oh, okay, I totally accept that. But what about this part where Osama bin Laden is crossed out in crayon and the World Trade Center is put back where it was? Oh, that also didn't happen. Got it. Oh, I'm learning a lot today. Oh, what about this guy and his VP claiming they didn't say all these famously recorded things? You didn't black that out. Oh, we don't have to. People just believe that one for some reason. Oh, he did sacrifice a lot. He did. But Will, strangely enough, has a hard time believing all this.
They never told us about Freddy because that's how they decided to beat him. They locked up all the kids who made contact with him so they wouldn't infect the others. That's crazy.
That's why I broke out, to warn Laurie about this crazy thing I don't believe in. What am I doing again? Insert early 2000 blurry cam filmmakers thought would be cool.
Yeah.
Whoa, how come I can't focus on anything? Avant-garde! As everyone partakes in a cornfield rave. Thing?
Don't question it.
Man, this party's awesome! I especially love the crucifying kids over there. Meanwhile, one of the nerdy kids tries hitting on Laurie, but Kia tells him to buzz off.
You tear me down to make yourself feel better because you really hate yourself, which is kind of pathetic when you actually stop and think about it, assuming, of course, you can think.
Well, I don't know about you, but that drew me closer to him.
Come on, let's think.
Yeah.
Come on, Benjamin, let's go.
I really dug all that stuff about you saying I'm pathetic. You really know all the lines. Will finds Laurie, though, and approaches her. They seem, though, to have a hard time figuring out what's going on.
Police have been acting really weird, like they know something, and...
Where was your dad?
What is going on, Will?
Well, look, 4 years ago, I thought
Oh, enough with this
Oh.
bullshit talk. Let's go shake our ass to the dance floor. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, screw murder, man, dance! It's all about the dancing! Haven't you learned that getting our priorities straight has never been a priority? So Freddy tries to go after a passed-out girl in her dreams. Funny, because being drunk stops REM sleep. But Jason kills her in the real world before he can get to her.
She's mine! Mine! Mine!
It's like an intern eating the last donut at work. Rude! Some other teens see Jason and light him on fire, but that just makes him mad.
Oh, that's so badass.
I got nothing to say. This is awesome.
Thank you.
The teens escape just in time for Will to reveal a big secret.
The reason I was sent to Weston is because I saw your dad kill your mom.
Oh, my mom died in a car accident.
She stabbed herself repeatedly while driving. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. He talks about how he sees her get stabbed several times, yet the official cause is car accident. How does anyone believe these half-assed cover-ups? Sylvester Hiccup and Yellow Feathers would have a better cover-up than you.
You can't trust him, Laurie. Whatever you do, don't go home with him. See, he didn't understand. You still don't. You were confused.
Stop it! Both of you, stop it!
Both of us are being choked. What am I supposed to stop breathing?
Laurie.
Laurie finds out that what Will said might, and by might I mean obviously, be true, as Mark starts to be messed with by Freddy. Yeah, I wonder what's coming. No kidding. I thought you really wanted us to focus on the medicine in that cabinet.
Way to catch us off guard.
He shows him his dead brother who committed suicide, and... Wait a minute. Is that the bully from Christmas Story?
But now he just won't stop!
Holy smokes, it is! It is the bully from Christmas Story!
Yeah.
Somebody please wake me up!
Okay, clearly the dialogue mocking him has to be this.
What, are you gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry.
You don't need any effects, his yellow eyes are enough.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, by the way, we're an hour into this hour-and-a-half movie of Freddy versus Jason. Notice anything missing? Freddy versus Jason! There's none of it! It's like playing a fighting game, except for 2/3 of the match you're watching Dawson's Creek for some
You have
reason.
to build
It makes no
suspense.
sense! You know what? I need a break from this bullshit. I'm gonna continue to find a more horrifying team-up.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Joker versus Joker.
Wanna know how I got these scars? I can't wait to show you my toys.
Oh, well, that was easy.
The Ring Girl versus the Grudge Girl.
Get her, Stitch!
Look at the actress, you'll get it. Devil Boner versus Santa Christ. Devil
Oh.
Boner versus Chester.
Delighted to meet you, sir.
Devil Boner versus Devil's Food Cake. Devil Boner versus Hyper Fangirl.
I cannot see! I'm blinded by such beauty!
I love you, Sugar Cube!
I love you, Spiky Chain!
Hey, you're supposed to be fighting! Put that down as a draw.
Oh, yeah, kiss me right there, kiss me right there! Oh, no, not right there!
Ah. Okay. He'll be at Rhode Island. Oh, that's right. He will.
So the kids are determined to figure out why Freddy was covered up. They sneak into a laboratory where they see all the past survivors.
Are they dead?
Yeah, they usually give dead people oxygen.
Wow.
The human version of Droopy goes to see what's going on and gets axed off by Jason. All while Freddy tries to take over the mind of one of the teens. Yeah, that's what Jack Black sees in the toilet every day.
Oh my God.
So Freddy takes control of him, or this kid's testicles drop twice,
Let me handle this, bitch.
as Freddy drugs Jason up and knocks him out, resulting in him ending up in Freddy's world. Tis but a scratch. We finally get a fight between these two, and honestly, it is a little cool. Though Freddy throwing in pinball sounds is a little much.
I think it's awesome.
Tilt. You know I'm only doing this to you because Michael Myers won't return my calls. Why won't you die?
The chant every critic gives when one of these comes out.
Oh.
It goes from red to green because... Christmas? As Freddy discovers Jason is afraid of water, reducing him down to literally a crying baby.
How sweet. Now there's a face. Only a mother could love.
Freddy teases Jason?
Oh.
So Laurie agrees to go inside the dream to bring Freddy to the real world so Jason can kill him. Because as we all know, when you sleep really close together, you dream the same dream. Science.
Just give me 15 minutes and wake me up.
And where's my Inception Blom? She goes inside Jason's dream where she sees Freddy torturing him.
Aren't you gonna help the kid?
It's not my fault this bitch is dead on her feet.
You know, that wave is so happy they should run it at the end of Beverly Hillbillies.
But now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in.
They drive to the camp where the first Friday the 13th took place. Because who knew that Crystal Lake was right next to Elm Street?
It's literally across the street.
As she saves and wakes up Jason, only to also find out that Freddy possessed her dad to kill her mom.
It was you.
Yeah, I guess that's the big shocker in this movie. You know, if I pretended that was a good twist, would you... No, you have nothing to offer. I'm just calling that dumb.
Alright.
Meanwhile, the teens never learn that in a horror film you keep a lantern away from gasoline. What the hell is a lantern in 2003? Which just gets Kia so mad.
Oh, you fucking asshole! That was it!
That does not sound like someone going up against a killer. That sounds like someone annoyed that they lost their Netflix login.
Oh, you fucking asshole! That was it!
I just discovered the IT crowd, too. So they look for any weapon they can find.
America.
Oh! But Lori manages to wake up while bringing Freddy with her.
Bitch.
Dream science! As we finally get the big showdown we were promised.
Whoa.
Jesus, good to me.
Yeah, please, go back to the kids! Clearly we haven't seen enough of them! Why don't you just call it the OC and a cough that kind of sounds like Freddy versus Jason? If you're gonna sucker us in, you might as well do it under your breath. So of course, Freddy chases after the teens because, why would you want to see him fight Jason?
Think you're so smart, huh, bitch?
You know, I use that word a lot. I really gotta learn to expand my vocabulary. It's mostly pitch-based.
Freddy!
Here it comes.
Guess I'm going over here?
Tell me something. What is with the button knives? You trying to compensate for something?
Wow, I think that's the scariest face he's made throughout the movie. That's just longing to become a meme. Like, Walmart has edible panties, you say? Or, I farted, and it smells exactly how I look. Do what you want with it, Internet, it's on me. Finally, Jason's like, piss off, bitch, my movie. And they get to some real fighting.
Oh my god. So
To be fair,
awesome.
when they actually do fight, it is kind of fun. I like how he slams them through like a dozen windows or fires air tanks like torpedoes.
Yeah.
Even Jason's crotch apparently is so hard it hurts Freddy's foot.
Oh my god, what are those made of? Those shop balls from Mario 3? Asshole!
Oh, I really should have thrown bitch in there. Freddy Krueger, everybody. The master of nightmares hanging like a Christmas ornament on a broken tree. But our Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom of this picture light the bridge on fire, blowing them up. Which, of course, is only like a light fog to them. And I'm out. Next battle will be whose reboot is worse.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Welcome to my world, bitch!
You know it sounds cooler when I say it, right?
It all seems to be over until Jason walks out holding Freddy's head.
Nicolas Cage.
I'll give this movie this. When it's actually Freddy versus Jason, it is fun to see. It's goofy and over the top, but that's what you'd expect from these movies by now.
Yeah.
Everything else, though, is just kind of dull, which sadly you'd also expect from these movies by now. The idea of grown-ups covering up Freddy's existence, even to the point of torturing innocent kids, is kind of an interesting idea, but it never really goes anywhere. It's mostly just dumb teens being dumb teens, and that's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see two monsters kick each other's asses. And when it does that, it's great. But when it doesn't, it turns out a long haul that started a lot of cool crossovers, but definitely came from a rocky start. And at the very least, it was rated R.
Thank you.
I'm so sick of all these PG-13 films trying to be R, but not having the cojones to go all the way.
Thank you.
Now you hold on a minute there,
no.
sir. That is rude.
Yeah, Zack Snyder and Michael Bay here. We're the kings of PG-13. We take great offense to that.
Christ, you two are the reason so many R films are few and sucky now.
We represent the best in corrupting young 13-year-old minds.
Yeah, it's the age where they're smart enough to accept the best, but lazy enough to still accept the worst.
Why, that's my thought too.
No kidding.
We should talk more.
Come on, it's nice.
No, you shouldn't. You two shouldn't do any talk. Wait a minute. The need for destruction. The lack of effort in writing. Not having a good story or characters in the least, and yet somehow always turning out a hit. My God! I've discovered the ultimate terrifying team-up.
Who?
Snyder and Bay, the most horrifying combination of terror ever. Witness them destroy the minds of any child who sees their work.
Remember, if violence isn't the answer, then you're doing it wrong. Yeah, come on.
fear their ability to make the most amazing things suddenly seem boring and dull.
Hey, babe, I only have 5 explosions for the scene of 2 people talking.
Oh, well, here, take 3 of mine.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Ponder their lust for trying to make the military look good, but always somehow make them look like morons.
Call it an homage, sir.
A what?
I just think he's kind of hot.
Now that's good writing.
And flee in terror from their never-ending use of hot women to distract from the obvious truth.
What's that?
Well, it just looks like you're clearly overcompensating.
For what?
You really don't know.
I don't know what.
I mean, we all discover things in our own way, but don't you think you guys might be... just might be...
Might be what?
I shouldn't rush it. You'll figure it out when you figure it out.
Okay, whatever. You're my babe. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, hey, look, Megan Fox. Oh, yeah, she's hot. Attractive boobies. Right.
Snyder and Bay, because you'll watch them. For some reason, you'll watch them.
Yeah.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and don't say I didn't give you anything scary this Nostalgia Week. Coming next week, can the ending ruin a film? If the rest of it is good, how can the ending ruin everything? But you can see it now under Vessel's ad-free early access. Just $3 a month to see tons of people's videos early, as well as a bunch of other extra features. Check it out and get the early scoop.
Oh, this is really stank.
Well, guys, there you go.
Hey,
Oh,
Doug Walker
wait.
here, doing the charity shout-out this week.
There we go. Okay. Well, guys, there you go. Let's talk about it. Now, I did like his review. This probably is one of my favorites. Now, there were some things he didn't go into much detail, or I don't know if this was Doug himself or this was just the critic, but either way, pretty much, first of all, saying that, okay, most of the teenagers are dull, I'll give him that, but there were 3 standout characters in this film that had development: Mark, Lori, and Will. Now, I've seen this movie dozens of times, and so has my friend Duo Dreamer, and we came to this conclusion. We even talked about this 2 days ago, and we said that this movie is combining both of the franchise's strengths and weaknesses. With Jason, you have, of course, you have Jason, you have him killing people, and you have him killing a shitload of people in awesome yet funny ways, and you have dull teenagers. While when you see Freddy in this, you have Freddy, him killing, I think, only one person. Yeah, it's one person. Him making his jokes, being funny, and you have 1 or 3 people that get development, and one of them is a woman. So, yes. Now, here's the thing. Lori and Will were the only 2 characters that were very well developed. Excuse me. They were clear, you could clearly see that, okay, they had a good relationship at some point, and the idea of them, trying to make it through to survive this is very intriguing. They're obviously my favorite 2 characters of the film because I want to stick with them and I want to see them get out and continue their love, and they do at some point. Now, calling them, I know he was joking, but seriously, they're not that bad. They are developed, and they do have good chemistry, and I can believe that they want to get out of there alive. Well, Mark was very intriguing because he was the exposition. He was the expert, and, the scene where him and Will were talking, and you hear the creepy atmospheric music, it's very well done. And I'm a sucker for when you combine these two elements together, because it really does work out. Well, it does, yes, it does work out, sorry. It really does work out, and I am very much intrigued every time I see it. Now, and of course the final blow, when you see Laurie kill Freddy and not Jason, although Jason kind of kills Freddy, it's very, ironic because Freddy's always killed by a woman. Well, there have been some occasions where he wasn't. I mean, the third movie he wasn't killed by a woman. So, yes, and it kind of brings Laurie's character full circle. I mean, because she started off, she found out her mother was in a car crash, she was lied to, her boyfriend was in a mental hospital, and then just finding out all of this, and then finding out it was actually Freddy. You see some sort of development there, and there is a good development there for her. So it's very fitting that she's the one that finishes Freddy off for good, kind of. So, yes, those are my thoughts on it, and I gotta be honest, whenever Freddy and Jason fight, they fight more times than Batman v Superman. No, literally. That's not a joke. And Critic is right, or Doug, I should say. It's a shame we don't have many R-rated films nowadays. It's all PG-13, and when we do get R-rated films, it's not what we want it to be. I mean, this movie in the early 2000s, it pretty much had the goal, and for all you young people, this was what R-rated should be. This is what R-rated used to be. And I am so glad that we can use this and other R-rated films back in the days as an example of how R-rated films should be. So yes, it is nice that we're sort of getting that back, but we're not fully getting it back, and I wish we would. And maybe, hopefully, one day we will get more crossovers that can go into that realm of R-rated, whether they're comic book, horror, you get what I'm saying. So, yes, guys, overall, I still love this movie. Most people did not like this movie when it came out, although this film did grow a cult following, because, as some people have said, by James Rolfe and Erod the Blockbuster Buster, this was a send-off and a finale to the Silver Age of horror films. I grew up in the Silver Age of horror films, and this film, right here, this film was the end-all, be-all of it. So, it was a great way to end the series, and honestly, I mean, I understand it's not a perfect film, but it's still a better crossover film than I can think of. Well, there are a lot of good crossover films, except for Batman v Superman. Either way. So yes, guys, that was my reaction. If you enjoyed this reaction, please like, comment, subscribe, and until then, this is Richard Core Kenobi saying, have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you. Later, guys.